Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah rahman rahim. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of 30 for 30. And we are talking about 30 beautiful values that you can learn from the Quran. And anyone who wants to pick up this book, I highly recommend it. It is by Bashar Karum, and there is a couple other books in this series that you can read every night with your family to learn things about the Quran, about the seerah of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, about many wonderful things about this deen of Islam. And we are talking about beautiful values we can learn in the Quran. So this beautiful value that we're talking about today is sharing your blessings. Sharing your blessings. So let us look at surah number 17. This is Al-Isra, the night journey in the Quran. We're looking at ayah number 26. So chapter 17, ayah 26. And Surah Al-Isra was revealed in Mecca. This is a Meccan surah. So I will read the English interpretation of this ayah, inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Give to close relatives their due, as well as the poor and the needy travelers, and do not spend wastefully. Okay, so we are learning this value of giving to others, sharing your blessings. We're learning this from the Quran, and this is, of course, very, very important during the time of Ramadan, when we should be giving extra sadaqah, extra charity at this time to those around us who are in need. So what can we learn from this beautiful ayah? Well, Allah values sharing and does not like us to waste things. If we have more than we need, we should share it with our relatives and those in need. Allah will reward us for sharing. So first of all, this comes back to something we learned yesterday about humility, that everything we get from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this should make us feel humble. And because Allah is giving us this, we should only use what we need, and we should share anything else that we have, right? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam couldn't sleep at night if he knew there was a morsel of food left in his house. He would have to share any food that was left at the end of the day with his neighbors and those around him, right? It's that kind of generosity that we should practice. Giving to our family, giving to the needy, giving to those who need something when we have it. And we shouldn't be wasteful, right? We should be very careful about the food that we buy and that we prepare and that we eat, not to waste any. With our clothing, let's not be excessive and just, this is called fast fashion, where people just buy clothes and throw them away a month later. Be careful with the way you spend your money. Buy things that are going to last long, and when you find you've run out of them or you don't need them, donate them to someone else, right? But also share some of the money that you would otherwise spend on just getting more and more clothes for yourself. Share them with others, for people who don't have clothes, who don't have shoes or coats, right? So share with those in need. So how does this help us become better people? Well, by sharing, I demonstrate my love and care for others, and this makes my heart rejoice. It also increases our bonds with one another. It increases our social connections, makes our community stronger. And you never know. You might be sharing today, but you might need someone to share with you tomorrow. You just never know what's going to happen in life. So while you have something extra to give it, because someday you might be needing something extra from someone else, and that's okay. So let us ask Allah to help us be more generous to share with others. Oh Allah, thank you for every blessing. Help me to share and be generous and avoid being wasteful. Ameen. Alhamdulillah. We'll see you tomorrow, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to another episode of 30 for 30, and we are talking about 30 beautiful values we can learn from the Quran. Yesterday we talked about the value of sharing with those in need, and today we're going to talk about something similar, which is the value of feeding people in need. So let us look at the Quran and what the Quran says about feeding those in need. Let's look at chapter 76. This is chapter Al-Insan, Surah Al-Insan, the man in English. And we're going to look at ayahs 8 through 9, so verses 8 through 9. And this is a Medinan surah, so a surah that was revealed in Medina. I will read the English interpretation. And they feed for the love of him, the poor and the orphan and the captive. We only feed you for the sake of Allah. We want from you neither compensation nor gratitude. MashaAllah, what a beautiful ayah, these two ayahs from Al-Insan, Surah Al-Insan, and it connects to what we learned yesterday about giving to those in need. It also connects to this idea of humility and for having good intentions, doing things for the sake of Allah only, not for reward or for gratitude from other people. So what can we learn from these beautiful ayah? And again, we can learn so much. Allah has appointed our duty to feed those who are in need. So the duty of every Muslim is to feed those who are in need. He has given us many blessings and an abundance of food. We should share and always try to provide for someone in need. And again, like we talked about yesterday, we might be the ones in need sometime. Maybe sometime we're the ones who give. But this, again, strengthens our community when we give to those in need. MashaAllah, every Friday and Saturday we have a beautiful iftar, and you can see that there is plenty of food for everyone. No one should go hungry. We have the food, we just share it with everyone. So let us keep up that habit. And you can give food that you have at your home, bring it to the masjid. We have, alhamdulillah, we have a very active food bank, and we give monthly distributions to those in need, to refugees, to others who are having a hard time until they get back on their feet. And there are many people who need this extra food these days. And again, maybe we're among those people. That's wonderful to share, because someday we're going to have some extra and we're going to share with others then as well. So we really want to cultivate this habit during Ramadan of sharing with other people. And we can do that through our iftars, through sharing food, through sharing extras that we have during this blessed month. So how does this help us become better people? When I share my food, I help provide for those in need. And helping others gives me joy. And again, it also strengthens our bonds of brotherhood and sisterhood and our bonds of community with one another. We help people out when they're in need. You never know when you're going to be in need. So help others out. So let us ask Allah's help in helping others. Oh Allah, help me to have the ability to always feed someone in need. Ameen. Alhamdulillah. We'll see you tomorrow, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.